Rosenblum. He is from the National Association of the Deaf. He is the Chief Executive Officer of the board. I'm the big boss. In other words, I'm the big boss. So for the past 2 years, he's worked with the NAD. He's a wonderful guy, supportive of the deaf community all over the United States. And he just flew in. So we're gonna let you pick the first number. Well, what if I pick my own number? Okay, so we're going to read the first number, and remember, everybody stand up. Everybody stand up if you've got a red raffle ticket. And the first number of the last 3 digits is 8. Who has 8? If you've got 8 as the first of the last 3 digits, stay standing. The second number is 7. And the last number is 0. Who's left standing? Whoever is left standing with 870. Okay, again, up on your feet, folks. We gotta get you exercising. Okay, last 3 numbers, first digit of 8. The second number is 0. If you don't have 80, you can sit, and then the last number is 6. 806. Who's got 806? Do we have a lucky number? Let me check my ticket. Oh, look, it's me! It's me, I won! Let me check this. Of course, it's Mike Berger. Oh, well, okay, I'm already standing. So look at that. That's my job. No, okay, first number is 7. You gotta tell them to be up on their feet first. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks for reminding me. Everybody on their feet. That's why we're helping each other out here. First number is 7. The second number is 9. You know, I was hearing a little bit more, but you know, when I was younger, that's why people wonder why I play the drums. It's because I enjoy music. But I became deaf when I was sick. I fell off the roof. I was up on the roof with my dad, feeding the birds and things like that. My sister said, oh yeah, I would watch them, and I didn't know what was going on. I came over to look off the edge of the roof, and I fell off the roof, and that's why I'm here, because I'm deaf. So hey, it's good to see you. I'm not here anymore. I am deaf now. My mom and dad came from Italy by way of Buenos Aires, and it was a horrible, horrible trip for them. I mean, have you ever seen the movie King Kong? Are you guys familiar with the movie King Kong? You know the big gorilla standing on the side of the Empire State Building, batting his chest? You know that movie, right? You know? Did you know he was deaf? It's a true story. People think, oh my God, okay, well, King Kong is deaf. Now I feel better about being deaf myself, so. So there's an adventure where, I decided to go to Africa, and I saw a lot of different things when I was in Africa. I saw lions and alligators and horses with stripes, black and white stripes. I thought that was really kind of strange, I thought someone painted the horse with white and black stripes, I thought that was really strange to see striped horses there. And then they, you think these huge elephants, and how would they, how in the world could they bring these animals that were so big? And what happened was they would cut them into many different pieces and drag them. And drag them across the ground to get to where they needed to be, and to be on the boat, to get them on the boat. and they didn't quite know where they were going to They decided to bring these different pieces to New York, where a lot of people would see it, and people were curious to see what in the world was going on. There was one of the guys who was the leader, was very popular. He led the pack and said, was waving to the crowd, and there was a deaf girl in the crowd that he noticed, and there was a man explaining to the deaf girl what was going on. And the man was explaining to the girl, "Oh, don't worry. This gorilla is deaf, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." So they brought this huge gorilla that they had brought over from the wilds of Africa, and they had dragged him to the boat, and they brought him to New York, and he felt, as this gorilla was being, paraded in New York, he was in this cage, and he was so scared, and he noticed this little girl in the crowd that was also deaf, and he noticed her right away and was like, please, help get me out. He was banging on the cage, please get me out, and people in the crowd were very, very scared because they didn't know what was going to be happening with this gorilla. But as he got out, the crowd just dispersed, and King Kong knew he was on a rampage, and he knew he wanted to get in touch with that little deaf girl. People were running like crazy. The hearing people did not know what was going on. But King Kong was looking for the little girl. He was looking in the windows, couldn't find. He was climbing up all of these different buildings, looking inside, looking for the little girl. He couldn't find the deaf little girl who he saw in the crowd. So he finally crawled up this tall building, and he noticed the girl in the window combing her long hair. And King Kong tried to get her in the window, tried to open the window and get her attention. And when he finally did, the girl was astonished and fell down on the ground. She was so surprised to see King Kong at her window, and he allowed the girl to climb into her palm, to climb into his palm, and all sorts of different airplanes were zooming past the top of the Empire State Building, and he was scared. He didn't know what was going on. The planes were shooting at him, and King Kong kept trying to grab onto the building and hold onto the little girl, and he was signing finish, stop, gorilla signs, stop, finish. And as he used the sign language, finish, one of the airplanes hit his hand and fell to the ground and crashed. And he did it again and hit another airplane that crashed to the ground. All the time he is being shot by various airplanes, and each time he signed finish. All of these planes were dropping from the sky, and soon there were no more planes. King Kong was holding onto the Empire State Building, and the little girl was in his palm, and she woke up and was frightened at first to see this giant gorilla. And King Kong said, "Oh, no, don't be afraid. I'm deaf like you." And the girl signed to him, "I'm so sorry, I didn't realize." And King Kong said, "Well, what's wrong?" And the girl asked, "What do you need? What do you want?" And he signed, "I want to get married." It's... All right, they're criticizing me because I'm using the old sign for Italy. Now there's new signs, no more Italy with an eye on the forehead. It's a different sign altogether. Oh boy, they're busting my chops over here. This is whatever. Okay, so I'll use the new sign. Okay, are you okay with the old sign for India? Okay, I apologize if I offended you. South America, I signed that okay? Okay. So anyway, my family, well, they still are from Italy. From Italy, Italian families eat a lot of pasta, spaghetti. And my family is no different. Big family, gets together for dinner, everybody's scooping pasta onto their plates, eating heartily. So, We know what to do, right? We're professionals. We are Italian professionals. We know what a fork means. We know what a spoon means, right? We know what a big plate means, and napkin too. We are professionals in this art and sport. Well, I was in Philadelphia once. You know, they have a strong Italian community there. You know, boxing, a boxing community, big Italian boxer there. Oh, I use the old sign again. They're gonna bust my chops all night about this, aren't they? Okay, Italy, big Italian community there. There's the new sign for you, okay? Philadelphia, okay? So, you know, you guys have seen the movie Rocky, you know, big boxing championship. There's a big statue in homage to Rocky in Philadelphia. And okay. And yeah, it's a big famous Italian. Okay, caught me again. Old sign. Okay. So, you know, people there in Philadelphia, Italian people eating pasta. But I thought it was interesting. In Philadelphia, they eat a little bit different there. I had to teach them how to eat. They were using their fork and eating their pasta like this. And I took one look at that and I thought, what the heck is that? They would twirl their fork around and swallow the spaghetti, something like that. I mean, it just wasn't right. All right, you know, the Muslims, all they have to do is scoop it up and put it into the burger, right? Am I right? It's an interesting tradition there. Very interesting. Okay. But anyway, I wanted to take a little time out. I wanted to take a little time out and tell them, say, you know, the fork and the spoon, okay, and the napkin. This is how you do it, folks. You got to tuck the napkin in, take the fork and the spoon, and you have to roll it. It's like almost like a sewing, you're winding thread around a bobbin, okay? You have to use the fork very gently, and then you take the end of the spaghetti and you just swallow it. You know, it's not a lot of hard work, it's an art form. So, you know, I showed them how to do it. They were trying to do it, they had spaghetti falling out of their mouth and it just wasn't right. I still wasn't satisfied with how they were eating spaghetti. So I thought, okay. So this is how people say Philadelphia, you know, they don't really say it the right way. This is how we say it, you know, blah, blah. That's how we say Philadelphia. So I told them, this is step 1. Twirl it onto the fork, okay? Step 2 and step 3, you know, you gotta breathe the pasta in and it'll just go down the throat, you know, and it works. Just say Philadelphia, and then I guess the stripes, the sign that shows the stripes on the soccer uniform, I get that, but I don't understand the sign that swoops over the head. Do they wear their hair like that? I don't know. I don't know where that sign comes from. Is that, I don't know. Does it have something to do, I have no idea. It confuses me, but anyway, some people here know the history of the signs. I just forget everything. So anyway. You enjoyed the banquet, right? Great food. I mean, my family loves to get together. Big family. My mother's always cooking meat, pasta, all sorts of stuff. You know, twirling the pasta on the fork, and you know, salads and fruits and cookies and desserts, and oh my God, you know, you get so full. You get so full, you have to unbutton your pants. And then there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then a snack later in the night, so you're always eating. But it's funny, my family never gained weight. Italians just don't seem to gain weight. I guess the food there is different, or their chemistry is different. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to tell you what I saw. Ever since I was a little boy, I learned how to eat pasta, and you know, learned how to eat all those good Italian foods. The first time I was given a watermelon. I thought, okay, well, this is new. I don't know. I saw them chop the watermelon in half and slice it up and give everybody a slice. And I didn't know how to eat it. I mean, I saw that I was supposed to just kind of chew on the pink fruit, but there were a whole lot of seeds in it. And I didn't know what to do. I had the fruit in it, but I saw people spitting the seeds out, so I thought, okay, that's clearly what I have to do. So I took a bite, felt the hardness of the seed, and I tried to spit the seed out. It was a little awkward at first, but I spit it out, and I, just kept doing it. Chewing the fruit, and then spitting the seed out. Sometimes I spit it out a little too hard, hit a relative in the face, and we go across the table and hit him in the face. Of course, I'm kidding around, playing a little bit, but I had seeds all over my plate. One time, I took a bite, and I was spitting the seeds out, but the seed didn't come out. I swallowed it. And someone said, oh, no, you can't swallow the seed. And I thought, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I swallowed the seed. Someone told me if you swallow a seed, you're going to have a watermelon grow in your stomach. And I ran to my mom going, Mom.